Coach, last year, kind of a year you don't want to remember. What's going to make it different this year?
You know, I think we have a lot more girls this year. Our recruiting worked out in our favor this year. There's a lot of times, I think, in junior college basketball where it's a quick turnaround. So you go out, you talk to kids, you might talk to, 25, 30 kids, and some years you land, 10, 11, 12 of those, and then other years you just don't. So, especially in North Missouri, we try to stick in our area, so to speak, and we're competing against a lot of schools. And I think the year before we had a lot of schools going after the same kids, and so we lost those kids to some bigger schools, and recruiting wasn't quite where we needed it to be, and so we really focused on that coming into this year and landed some really good recruits.
2 sophomore returners. To me, that sounds like you're doing a lot of teaching in the preseason.
We are. A lot of our kids, though, have come from good programs with good coaches and have good backgrounds. And they come in and you hope that they've been well taught fundamental-wise, through their high school program, and majority of our kids are. And so, we do spend a lot of time on fundamentals. We do individual workouts with them the whole time through the preseason and really focus on the fundamentals. And I think having a basketball in your hands every single day is big for these kids, because in high school they're usually multiple sport athletes, so they can't just focus on one sport. And so right now they're focusing just on basketball, and you can really see their game improve quickly.
You have so few returners. Have you been able to gauge to this point maybe what your strengths are and weaknesses are, for that matter? Let's start with strengths.
We have size. We've got 5 kids that are 5'10" and above, and so I think that's a huge advantage for us. We haven't been that deep in the post play for a few years. And then we have depth in the guard play as well. And so we've got some speed. We've got some kids that can shoot. And so, we've got to build on that.
Got a chance to see them play last weekend against outside opponents. What was your feeling after that?
We had a lot of girls do good things. I think the first initial game, we were kind of shell-shocked. The team we played was he's a veteran coach. He's been there for years. They came out very aggressive. They're able to bring their kids to campus the whole month of July and house them there and go to jamborees in the summer. That's something that we're unable to do here, and so you could tell they'd played together for a while. And so our kids were kind of shocked at, again, how fast it was, how physical they were with us. They came out in full court pressed and trapped, and I knew it was coming just because that's the tradition of that program and what they do. But we were shocked at first. Once we settled down, we handled it a lot better. We improved with each game, and I saw a lot of girls step up and do some really good things. And so, we knocked down shots from the outside. We looked for each other. We played very unselfish, and so that was fun to watch. And again, we got better with every single game.
Individually, who played well for you?
Lily Osborne is a freshman for us from Stanberry, Missouri. She's a player. She can shoot. She can create. I thought she really stepped her game up and played well. Kennedy Kiefer is a post player for us from Chillicothe. Physical under the basket. She did a nice job. She's really working on how to read her defense. When she's got the ball in her hands at the block, making a read and making a move on her defender. And I thought she did a good job at that. She also took 3 charges on the defensive end, so she's getting herself in good position and adapting to that. She adapted to that quickly. Cortland Runkles, who's a transfer for us, she came in and she plays very physical. She's a guard, plays very physical. Had to learn to adjust to fouls being called, and even though you couldn't foul out in the jamboree, but she made that adjustment by the 3rd game, and I'm not sure she had any fouls in the 3rd game as compared to maybe 6 in the other 2 each. But she really creates the tempo for us and pushes the ball up the floor. She's kind of a leader on the court as well. So I thought she did well for us. Mackenzie McBee is a freshman from Richmond, Missouri. I thought she stepped up. She's our smallest post player we have, but really got herself in position to score. Rebounded extremely well. And so, I see her continue to improve. She was a bright spot being our smallest post, I wasn't sure, but she came in and did great underneath the basket for us, and is quick enough on defense that she can defend the teams that play us in a 5-out that spread the floor a little bit.
November 1st, your opener. What do you have to do between now and then?
Oh, goodness, a lot.
Unfair question.
Right. So, we just have to continue to work and grind after being in the Jamboree Sunday and the girls seeing the pace that the games are played at. They realize we've got to practice at that pace every day. So we've got to pick up our tempo a little bit, be more intense in practice, get after each other a little bit, and just continue to learn each other's, pros and cons, what who's good at the outside shot, who's good at attacking the basket, just learning to play together. And I think that'll happen for us through the rest of this month. We have some more scrimmages set up, and so I think the more they play together, the better they'll get.